What's up, Twitch? It's FJ. And we're doing something different this week. This is BrackCast number 27. We usually stream these directly on YouTube, on my main YouTube channel, FJ5. But we're going to try something different today, and we're going to do it on Twitch, and then I'll just transfer the VOD over afterwards. But basically, every week we meet up on Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, and we talk about a relatively random topic. Random, I say, because most of the time we do try to have it tie into current events, what's going on in the world, society, social media, whatever it is, or in media. And so this week isn't necessarily random. It kind of ties in with what's going on or what's going to happen in Ontario tomorrow, or Toronto anyway. And yeah, this is our 27th podcast. We generally like to come online and talk about something that hopefully has a teachable at the end of it, has a good message or a positive message, something people can take and hopefully get some encouragement through these difficult COVID times. We usually meet at 10:30. Bit of a slightly late. It seems like we're starting later and later every week, but I started this cast at around 10:35. Hopefully, the other guys will join in and take part in this conversation. I'm also hoping by having this on Twitch that we could have a more active chat. The YouTube, I guess, yeah, the YouTube portal hasn't been the most engaging. We get the views afterwards on the VOD, but I'm just hoping to see that, it's a bit more engaging today, chat-wise. So let's see if any of my followers come on today, or maybe if we can get the chat more involved with the other guys rather than our Discord channel, because it's hard to keep up with some of these chats when we're talking about it in Discord, and then people don't really know what's being said, and then we're reacting to what's being typed out in Discord. Anyway, I'm just blabbing. I'm kind of trying to fill in some time until they get here. So bear with me, guys. Today's topic is Phase 3 reopening of particularly Ontario. According to Warren out in Lloydminster, Saskatchewan and Alberta have already been normal since Saskatchewan's been normal since Sunday, this past week, and then Alberta has been normal since Canada Day. I don't know why they didn't just choose to do that too. It kind of makes sense because maybe they anticipated a bit too much rowdiness on Canada Day or July 4th too. But at the same time, it wasn't really going to stop anybody. Like, based on what I saw out there, no one's really holding back anymore. The vaccinations have brought some confidence back, or a lot of confidence back in certain people, whereas others still take the same road where they don't even want the vaccinations, or they might still have doubts about COVID being a thing, and they're just going about things normally anyway. But yeah, Phase 3 reopening here in Toronto is tomorrow. Active TO is happening too in the weekend, so again, I don't really know if it makes much difference besides dining rooms opening. I'm guessing there's going to be a higher capacity per business, per store. You can go into a restaurant, and I think rather than just, up to, well, yeah, it used to be 0, but I'm guessing it's up to 10 per party indoors. But there's still going to be social distancing in these restaurants. We'll see. Hopefully I do get to go out this weekend. I'm shooting a wedding on Sunday, so, and I know that's indoor in a restaurant, at least for part of it. But yeah, there's going to be, the getting ready shots, the formal bride and groom shots, and then the ceremony, I think, is outdoor in a park. So then really there's not going to be too much of that like close proximity scenario on the Sunday wedding that I'm shooting. Most of that family stuff's happening after my coverage anyway, so I'm not that worried. I'll probably still wear a mask for professionalism. I'm also not vaxxed yet, so it's another reason why I would wear a mask. I don't, yeah, I'm just holding it off. Not that I'm anti-vax, just holding off. I'm generally home most of the time, so haven't felt that dire pressure to get that vax right away. Hopefully these guys join in. The suggestion was brought up by a couple other guys too, so something controversial, which is the vaccine passports. So that's the second part of today's topic. Who knows if we're just gonna like mix them up in conversation, but these vaccine passports is becoming more of a thing, and will it become more of a norm moving forward? I think so. But it's gonna come into like legal matters, I'm sure. Like, oh man, should I show this like this video of what happened at a Victoria's Secret? It's the latest craze. Let me put this up. Let me just get up there.
Oh god, no.
So let me put up the example. So here. So this video is titled Karen Goes Wild in Victoria's Secret. This is the full video. You don't need to watch the whole thing. But actually, I don't even really... no, this wasn't COVID related. I can't say it is. Who knows if it started off. They just call it a Karen video, but it's probably nothing to do with masks or not being served. It's just a tantrum, really. And I thought maybe this was a premise of like, you know, personal space. Basically what happened in this video, guys, this woman, person of color, is recording this white woman nearly attacking her right here in the beginning of the video. So she's having kind of like this breakdown. I won't like play the audio. So right at the beginning of the video though,
Oh god, no.
so she's about to get hit, if you see that.
Oh
She's
god,
about
no.
to get hit.
It's you.
So in reaction to this kind of hostility, according to the person taking the video, she's just in Victoria's Secret picking up some you get a free panty with a purchase, and so she's looking at some products, and this woman who you see on your screen like grabs it from her, takes it from her unwelcomingly, uninvited. So they get in this kerfuffle together, and because the woman starts to film her, she has a breakdown. She has a mental breakdown, or at least she's claiming she's having a mental breakdown, but she immediately kind of surrenders this aggression and yeah, crumbles, I'll say. It's a good word. She crumbles. And she's hysterical, saying how she even says it out loud that she's having a mental breakdown. You can see it right there. She's distraught. But this woman needs like evidence. So she's not willing to stop the video recording. This may not be related to today's topic, but I had some opinions about this. I just saw this today. This was uploaded July 13. So yeah, it's just 2 days old. Now, it's true. If you have an irate customer causing a scene, being loud, very simple, the staff have the right to ask someone to leave. So this woman is loud. Let me just play you a little snippet. was gonna call it a snitbit, but I don't even think that's a word. Esquire's here. So okay, let's play this a little bit.
Real.
You can just go around here. I see the shorty hit you. Please don't record me.
So maybe she has some. Maybe she has some. I don't know. Ultimate anxiety issues when she's being recorded. Sure, maybe you want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but if she was aggressive to begin with, you're not going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying to empathize with both sides of this scenario, this video. So I'm in a store shopping. This person grabs something from me. You get in a back and forth of aggression, and then yo Deji, are you trying to talk and you can't? I don't even know. It doesn't say you're muted, so your mute is your choice. Okay, sorry guys. So
yeah, I'm just muted. Sorry, I'm just listening, but I'm just kind of just doing some stuff in the background. But yeah, keep talking.
It's all good. It's all good. So if I'm in that scenario, I'm having like an aggressive back and forth with someone in a store because I'm shopping for something. I mean, I don't back down from confrontation. I'd probably call them out like, excuse me, what's up with that? You know, who knows if there was like a tugging issue, but it was enough where you saw at the very beginning of this video, this woman, this Caucasian woman, this white woman, you want to call it, was about to, like, she had this arm motion swinging to hit the person recording. But as soon as the video played, she backed off. So the video recording was effective. I don't think I have it in me really to naturally resort to pulling out a phone and recording myself or the other person. That's just weird. Maybe that's like a new generation thing. Maybe I'm old school where I'm not the type to instantly grab my phone and hit record. But I mean, this woman did, and good for her because it's part of her evidence for this whole conflict. So let's play a little bit more.
Don't record me.
Y'all had to get security. She charged me. If I wouldn't have ducked, she would. Oh no!
Okay, so now you get this hysterical wailing, and they're back and forth in conflict now. So I get it. Let's just as a third person, not even being involved with or taking a side, staff understand that this shouldn't be happening in the store. But everyone's just kind of staring. People behind the counters just like acting like nothing's going on.
Oh no! You just wanted security for me, right? I want security for you.
So apparently, the white woman called security or at least is like screaming for some help, some aid from the staff to call security on the person taking the video.
No, don't cry.
Okay, you can hear too in tone, the person who's recording is pretty calm, controlled. She seems like she's under control.
No. I want you to call security.
So you hear that? This woman passed by. I'm gonna assume. Later on, they kind of refer to it later, but that woman that just kind of crossed the screen there was the store manager. She looked like a security for the store. Usually when I see security guards at like Victoria's Secrets, when you're passing by Victoria's Secret or whatever, they're male. But this was a woman with a mask, dark clothing, could be a store manager. I think they referred to her as a store manager. So you could say the woman maybe have called out to the store manager, asked for security, and then the person recording the video just said she wants to call the security on each other. Like they're kind of like throwing it back at each other.
Thank you. I just came to get my free panty. You know how you get the coupon in the mail?
She's all chill, talking about her coupon, get her free panty. she's funny. Like she's carrying this on. It's almost like maybe it almost seems like a talk show, kind of a scripted thing. But I'm gonna believe this is legit because it's on multiple videos now on YouTube. Okay, so let's just watch this woman. There's a funny part. I know you shouldn't really make fun, but this woman, she pretends to faint.
And I gotta pick up my Converse boots from Nordstrom's. I don't know why this is happening to me.
So why aren't you guys defending me? I mean, what is there to defend though? She's currently not. If you think about it, this woman is currently not in danger. She's not in line of whatever kind of aggression. The woman who's recording her has kept her distance. Easy enough, I guess. I mean, first of all, she's not wearing a mask. I don't know where this is, but other shoppers behind her.
Don't charge me. Oh, you wanna? Oh, you...
All right, I'm just trying to see if we can get the other shoppers in the back there. Okay, no, she doesn't have a mask on either. I saw some others with masks on. So this can't be Canada. I'm gonna guess this is in Toronto because they would have masks on if it was Canada, if it was Toronto at the mall. So I'm gonna guess this is somewhere in the US. Keep going. Okay, see? Mask. I think this person has a mask on over here. So this woman doesn't. I guess they're not enforcing it. This is a Victoria's Secret pink store. So, okay. She says defending her again, she's not under threat. She could just leave. This woman could very easily just leave. If she's uncomfortable, whatever, she's not shopping anyway. And if she was shopping, she could come back. Or if you want to go on the other side, this woman who's taking a recording, she could leave too if she's really not willing to deal with this woman. Either way, I'd say staff had every reason to ask them both to leave because there's an altercation. And you don't want to get other bystanders and other people shopping to get caught in it or get involved. But everyone's kind of just like letting this happen. I don't know what it is about this, I don't know, like society, if you want to call it, but like this day and age where people kind of just freeze in altercations. I get it. Would I have gotten involved if I was in the store? I don't know. What's up, Kyle? Welcome.
That.
I'm referring to the video that War sent earlier. If you, I don't know if you saw it. The Karen goes wild in Victoria's Secret.
Did you show it on your stream yet?
I'm kind of going over it and talking about it as I'm playing it. So it is on Twitch right now.
Yeah, I'm watching. Yeah.
Okay. I'll just link it here just in case. Twitch.tv. Oh, that doesn't link, does it? That's so weird.
Well, in Discord, you could just click your name and just hit watch, and it just goes.
To my... Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's how I just clicked on your name and hit watch, and it just went to it.
Sick. Okay. Anyway. Did you get the beginning where I was like talking about what happened?
No, but I mean, I could guess.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, the most important part is right at the beginning of the video, because otherwise it just looks one-sided. But this woman who's having a breakdown right now, had an arm motion that she was going to hit the woman recording. So that's this aggression or whatever. The woman who's recording explained that she was looking at panties to get a free panty. And this woman in the video, this white woman, grabbed it from her. And so they have like this little back and forth. They're arguing, and this woman was about to strike her, I guess. If you can see, I'll just go back to the beginning. Just watch this.
Okay.
Oh God, no, it's you.
See? Let's just see that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'll play that again.
Oh God, no, it's you. Now you are. Oh my God! Oh my God! Do you see this? Oh my God!
Oh, is that a reaction of being filmed?
Yeah, so as soon as the woman pulled out her phone and hit record, she like backed off instantly like this and like crumbled like that.
It looked like that.
Yeah, but it looked like a strike, right? Like it looked like she goes, maybe not like a aggressive.
Oh God, no, it's you.
But what was that about? Like, what was she? She's holding whatever this thing is.
It looked
no
like
panties.
she was trying to slap the
Oh God,
person
no.
or grab the phone, maybe.
It's you. Now you are. Oh my
Either grab the
God!
phone or slap her, and then
So it's like, yeah, maybe. But now cries for wolf.
just cries and then curls up in a ball. Interesting.
So then she says,
So this is the Karen right here.
This is the Karen, yeah. So she's obviously white, and the person recording is a person of color, black.
Okay.
So that's what the comments are, you know.
If
Anyway.
I wanted to duck, she would. Oh no! You just wanted security for me, right? I want security for you now.
I can't.
No,
hear,
don't cry.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. I muted your stream. Oops.
Oh, right. Right. I mean, I could stream it on here too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
No, that's okay. It's fine.
Okay.
I don't need
to.
Yeah,
you don't have to hear it anyway. You don't have to hear it. So there's this one scene where she pretends to faint. It's kind of funny. This is the funny part where, okay, there's. I'll just play this. So she doesn't want to be recorded. She says, this woman is. Oh shoot! She's like, why isn't anyone defending me? That's what she says to the staff. The white woman says, why isn't anyone defending me? But I'm like, why are you in danger? Like, no one's on you. You've got your distance. All this woman's doing is recording you, right? So my point is, like, at this point, the staff have already seen about 2 minutes of this stuff. This girl's wailing right by the cash. Why isn't anyone asking them to leave? Like, simple for me there. Sure, take it outside or whatever, but it's still in the store. I think the store manager comes by and she's like, oh, we're getting mall security. And then the person recording is like, well, yeah, I want you to get mall security for me too. Like, it's like whatever. Anyway, this is the funny part.
Okay.
She's kind of laughing. The most controlled faint.
I'm sorry.
The person recording's just laughing.
Ooh, Lord.
And everyone's just ignored.
That is.
She went to go call security.
Yeah, because
So apparently the store did call security desk, but they took too long. So then they sent an employee to go get them. But like, she's still down.
Did you have 2 yoga mats?
no, I had one. We was trying to just find a price check for one of them. Just one.
Okay,
That's crazy.
they're looking at yoga mats apparently.
Okay,
still
I'm
down.
For your pass. Actually, I have a coupon for the free panty, and it says everyone is excluded except for the period panty. But actually,
So she right now she's talking about the coupon. Completely unengaged with the person on the ground, which is fine. I think that's great.
I wanted to see what that was.
Like, situation seems to have dialed down.
I can show you.
Okay.
So they're going to look at panties right now.
It's a 20-minute video. All right, I'm done.
No, yeah, I'm not showing the whole. I'm not showing the whole bit. So look, this woman's up, and she's freaking out now, pointing, screaming, whatever. Anyway, mall security comes. They're asking, if you want, we can escort you to your car. We can, have you. We can keep you safe if you feel unsafe from this woman. And I get the gesture, but then the woman recording has every right to be like, well, why are you not escorting her? Why do I have to leave if I'm the one shopping here and I'm the one?
Yeah.
I'm normal. Why are you escorting me out? And then so the big point she makes is if the role was reversed, and I was doing that, I was a black woman doing what she's doing, I would have been kicked out of here a long time ago.
Oh, she says that?
Yeah, she says that in the video.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Like role reversal, and then the cops show up because this woman, with the kind of the aid, I would say this other white woman comes, which obviously didn't see how it started, just another shopper, sees this irate white woman kind of hysterical, tries to talk to her. She sees that this black woman is recording. So, I mean, that shows, so I guess she's trying to kind of calm the situation down, but you do see someone recording, and I don't know what it is, but if I'm not comfortable if someone's recording, right? Me. It's like, it's almost invasive just to point a camera at someone, right? Because it's like privacy. And I get it, it's a public place, but anyway, so this woman comes, is like, okay, what's going on? What's happening? And then, the white woman said, "Oh, I'm just trying to shop." And we're like looking at some products, but then this woman starts recording me. Obviously, skipped a whole bunch of details there. And she's like, I have mental breakdowns. I have a social anxiety issue where if I'm being recorded, I have breakdowns or whatever. Please don't record me while I'm having a mental breakdown. So the other woman's like, okay, you want to call? You want to make a call, phone call? So then she calls 911. The woman, the white woman, this one, the crazy one, and she calls the cops, and then the cops show up after the mall security, and that's when the whole thing of like escorting or whatever, and she wants this white woman to be escorted. At this point, the white woman that gets taken out of the store. Should have happened a long time ago. It didn't need cops for that. She's still trying to shop, but now she's getting this like sense of like disregard from the two cops that show up, at least one of them. So she wants to file a complaint too. She has evidence, the video evidence, and the end of the video is her at the police office like filing a complaint. She gets her name, she gets this woman, they both file a report, so they get each other's names.
They report each other.
Yeah.
So the root cause of the altercation was the white woman grabbing a panty from the recorder?
That's what the recorder woman says. We don't see that. Right? I didn't watch the whole thing either. I'm like, this is too long. And she writes it all out too in her report, which she shows on screen. It is too long. I didn't want to read it. But she does explain on her side. And then she gets to read the white woman's report too. And she's like, she's lying. She's skipped all this stuff. And it's much shorter. But anyway, so then at the very end of the video, she's like, I'm going to need some help. I'm going to need a good lawyer for this. And then Day Day posts shortly after.
I saw Day's post.
So she's got some money for some legal help there now.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I wonder what happens though. Let's say it doesn't even go to court. Does she just pocket that money? Like, does she like refund everybody? I don't think so.
It's her money.
I know. Well, go fund me. I don't know if that works. If the objective needs to be carried out to collect. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. Cause like, I've seen GoFundMe's for like the most stupid shit. Like that
Fair.
is not necessarily real. And then if people want to part with their money, they can.
True. Anywho, that was kind of like a segue, since not really a segue because things are opening up tomorrow. I was going to talk about this thing that came up in the news. I was trying to talk about something while I was waiting for other people to come, but you understand today's topic, yeah?
Yeah. I'm just going with it. I'm really tired, so I'm just rolling with whatever. Vaccine passports. Okay. I guess that's if we like them or not.
Yeah, I guess thoughts on that. It's going to become more of a pertaining thing as things do open up some more. Before it was like store owners had the right to refuse service if people didn't wear a mask. Right? And that's fair, I'd say. Would you say that's fair? I'm for that.
Fair. Because
So
if you're not wearing a mask, you could just fucking cough in someone's face.
Yeah, I'm totally for that rule. And if you don't want to wear a mask, you could leave. But then, you see all the other Karen videos that popped up from that where they're saying, you can't turn me down because I refuse to, conform to the conspiracy government, all that stuff. Whatever. A lot of people came up with things that they felt entitled that they should be able to shop there because they shop there all the time. I'm like, nah, that's not how it works, right? So, take it to vaccinations now. Where is that? Is there a line? Can a store owner now, if they're vaxxed, all their staff are vaxxed? Can even a store owner request that all their staff be vaccinated to work? Can you limit service
I
to
mean,
certain individuals if they don't have?
my thoughts on that anyway. I do
Share.
not. I do
Yeah.
not believe that. I don't think you should force vaccination upon anybody.
Correct. Force is one thing. Okay, so you can't be terminated then. That's like a clear one. If you work for someone and you refuse to get vaxxed,
Yeah, like, especially if I'm like working from home. Like,
yeah,
who the blood cares, right? Like, if you're in a job where you are face to face, let's say with people, then maybe I can be more understanding of like a request for vaccine.
the request. Yeah, I get the request.
And then, I mean, to make it mandatory, I mean, it'll be similar to me, right? Like, I want to fly somewhere. I'm going to need to be vaccinated. All right, fine, I'll take the vaccine. You know.
Well, apparently, that requirement's not necessarily a requirement. They could just test out and in, but we have to pay for the test and the quarantine while the test is being verified. Like we have, that's on our dime, right? So it's get a free
Wait,
vaccine or yeah.
You mean if you're not vaccinated, do you do that?
Yeah, if you're not vaccinated but you want to travel, I don't think they're going to turn you down, but they're going to make you test, right?
Okay.
And they're going to quarantine you. I think they'd still, I feel like they would still test you even though you're vaccinated. Don't you think?
Aren't the tests like 15 minutes now?
For results?
Yeah, like
I'm pretty sure
like the quickie test.
I'm pretty sure it's 24 hours, isn't it? I thought it's at least 24.
All right, well, I don't know.
Or maybe it's 10.
Like, I don't think it should be. I think.
Do you think I can travel next Feb without being vaxxed?
Ooh.
There's something called sorry to interrupt. There's something called the PCR test, which is the one that takes like 24 hours, and that's the one where they stick it up your nasal pharyngeal cavity. And then there's the rapid test, which Kyle was referring to, which takes 15 minutes. And it's not as like accurate, but they swab like the inside of your cheek and stuff, and like yeah. But yeah, carry on.
They do the swab inside the cheek now? That's dope.
Yep.
Should do that for everybody.
That's the quickie one, right? Yeah, like I think they should just do that. Like, we go to DR, they just do one of those in the airport. And you just chill.
Yeah.
You go to the bar and you have a beer or whatever, and then you come back, you're like, oh, what a surprise, I'm negative, and then they let you in the resort. Like, what's like that's what
I'd be willing to do that on the way out, like at the airport. I do it days in advance. I do it the day of, go on the way out. I do it when we arrive. I'll do that as many times as they want.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't want stuff up my nose, and I'd rather not get a vax if I didn't need it. But
I mean, I don't even mind the up the nose thing. It's now you have to pay for this hotel for a day, and then you lose a day both ways. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't want to get the vaccine anyway, but here I am getting the vaccine. Fuck it, like
they got you.
They got me for sure. I mean, with my family circumstances, I had to anyway.
Yeah, they all feel good about it. Yeah, like the worry there is much lower, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
especially with
they would have a huge issue if I was like, no.
Yeah, my parents are. I almost get a daily reminder of like, hey, you got it yet? Did you book one yet? And I'm like, no.
Hey man, if you get through this without getting it, I salute you for sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping. Herd immunity, whatever. I don't know if this third vaccine is really gonna happen, but
third? Oh my god, man.
The third shot, yeah, the second booster.
Fuck that.
So apparently my sister told me today that some countries won't count you double vaxxed if you got two different vaccinations. Two different sources. Yeah.
Also, the third vaccine is because of the. It's more so because of the variant, the Delta variant has
Yes.
been. It's not it hasn't been as effective with like just the two vaccines.
Yeah.
But against the other variants, they are still like plus 97% effective. But yeah, carry on.
What is it without? What do you know the percentage of
Uh,
the?
Off the top of my head, I do not.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe it's like in the 70s or something.
And all this time, they were doing a separate test against all the variant 3 vaccines.
Sorry, what was the question?
And they didn't tell anyone about it. And they
I mean,
just know at this point, they're like, you know what? A third one would be good. So that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, they must have been testing this, but they just didn't tell
Oh,
anybody.
true. True. Well, I guess it's based on, whatever. Not what's the rate? What's the word when you get it? Con,
Infection.
infection. Yeah. I thought it started with
incubation
concussed.
period?
Nah, but like contract. I was thinking contract. When you contract it, they'd have to only test people who get it to see its efficacy, right? So yes, they're gonna be testing this new variant for people who get it and see
But they
what
were
the two
also
have done.
testing the people with a third shot.
Oh, you mean?
I'm talking
Oh,
about testing with this third shot that I've never heard of.
oh, you just heard about it
Oh,
today?
yeah. And now I'm like,
Okay.
well, where's this coming from? And then whatever.
Um,
I don't like the idea.
I've heard the second booster, third shot thing within the last 5 days. I've heard about it. I don't know if it's a thing, but you're right. For it to be discussed like this, they must be testing it now, right?
Like, to me, it
But
sounds
maybe,
like, you know what?
yeah,
After this, we're gonna have millions of extra fucking vaccines that are gonna die anyway. Let's just
fourth shot.
fucking shoot everyone up until it's all done.
Eradicate.
Keep making these deals. Keep
Well,
cranking them out.
some people still think it's going to be an annual thing, and then the flu one won't even be a thing anymore. It would just replace the flu one.
Once it's not mandatory, I'm okay, because then I won't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get the flu one. I've never have. So
Yeah.
fine. The minute you make this thing yearly mandatory, I'm moving.
So apparently there was this cruise where 600 people double vaxxed. They have to get tested a week in advance. So they all get tested. Everyone was fine. They go on the cruise, and at the end of the cruise, they get tested again. And 2 people were positive at the end of the cruise. So,
Lol.
well, it's like, okay, maybe they were asymptomatic, whatever it was, but everyone going in, the 600 for that week in advance, were healthy. So maybe within the week of going to that cruise, 2 of them got it somehow. You don't know where. Then they go on the cruise. But then only they got it. No one else. Or did 5 people get it? No, I think it was just them. Some ridiculously low number, and it didn't spread. That's the point. So this brings upon confidence in the double vax. It's like, okay, I guess it works. you know?
Yeah, those are pretty good percentages. There's like what 600 and like only 2 people. What's that percentage? That's like
Or maybe it was 5. It's like less
that's
than a
like
percent.
that's like 0.33. So that's like way better than 99%. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
dope.
For double vax, because the cruise required double vax. So, but anyway,
I'm okay with the double backs because
your
yes, I've been
changed.
I've been okay. I've been forced to be okay with it. So I guess I'm okay with it. I'm used to the idea already.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
It's
hear
on
you.
your webcam. It's on your webcam right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it did that shit again. All right, hold on.
You could just click the cog and change your properties. But what's silly to me is, let's say, symptoms or whatever you get. Oh no, if you test positive, could be a false positive. They quarantine you with other people waiting for their results too. So like some people could be sick, others might not be. But you're all in the same spot. In the same facility. So then it kind of guarantees it. This was another example, I think, just vacation things in general. If you're just traveling, you get tested, you get in a holding area, same holding area that other people get tested. But then within that one day, you could contract it. Whatever you're waiting for your.
Yeah, like I don't like that idea either. It's like, let's try to be safe by piling up everyone in one little congested area.
Yeah.
That seems counterintuitive.
The quarantine zones in, let's say you have symptoms or whatever, you test positive, and then you're in the quarantine zones in the Philippines, which is like mattresses on the ground in a room.
Wow.
So yeah, if you didn't have it going in, you're probably gonna have it going out. Coming out. Did you hear about what's going on with Cuba?
No.
They're currently disconnected from the world, like North Korea. They have no internet, no telecom to the outside world. So
On purpose?
they've been reporting the same news since Sunday. So there's like apparently a revolt, and there's some government versus the public going on right now, and the government shut the country down because they're pissed off. They're starving. They don't have food. Like there's not making money.
Yeah,
tourism's low, so it's really bad there right now. So when
That's
you check the
crazy how
news,
they
there's no
have
news about it.
They have no access to the internet.
I wonder if that's
Well-
related to the assassination of the Haitian president.
I heard about that too.
Because he was assassinated in his house, and there was rumors the attackers were ex-American military and ex-Cuban military.
Oh,
I was like, oh, interesting. Oh, the plot thickens. Anyways, carry on.
Yeah, that sounds suspicious. I wish we just know the truth. Shit that we'll never know the truth about. It would be so cool if we could just magically know the absolute truth.
I don't think we want to do that.
I would.
what?
I'm not.
You don't
Know
want to
the
know everything?
absolute truth?
I
Fuck
wouldn't
no.
mind knowing the absolute truth. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
about events like 9/11, let's say, like any controversial topic. I just wish we could know for sure.
Global warming.
Global warming, yeah, sure.
Flat Earth.
Vaccines, anything. Flat Earth, yeah. I just want to know.
You want to be the three-eyed raven?
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. Know everything. I'd rather know everything than nothing.
I don't know, man. Ignorance is bliss, bro. I just feel like knowing everything would make you so depressed.
Well, not knowing everything just makes me assume things. And I always assume the worst, so I'm depressed anyway.
Yeah. That's the mindset of a conspiracy theorist. It's like,
Yeah,
how are
it's
you not going
always
to think the
bad.
worst?
It's always bad. It's
Yeah.
always the government. It's always against you. And yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's one thing.
I liked Boeing until I learned more about them. And then I didn't like them anymore.
Boeing,
Yeah, the air company.
the air company. Oh,
What
okay.
happened?
So
What'd you find out? Tell us the
I
truth.
didn't tell you guys the story. Oh, okay. So basically, I was chilling in my friend's place, and this is like Canada Day weekend, and waiting for him to get ready to leave. I was sitting on his porch and I looked up at the sky and noticed, like, in a span of 20 minutes, maybe about 5 planes flew by. And I found that really remarkable because I remembered in quarantine, like, in the span of like 8 months, I think I counted 5 planes in the sky. So I was like, wow, this is such a change, right? And so I randomly was like reading up on the founder of the Boeing company. I think his name was William Boeing. And basically, he was like in the railroad industry or something similar. And he happened to be walking on this field and he saw a plane flying by and he was like, whoa, what is that? And he was like super inspired, right? And so he started like manufacturing planes for the military for World War II. And his company basically just like blew the fuck up and like took over like, aviation and shit. So as I was reading his Wikipedia page, I noticed there was a particular section that said, actually, you know what? Let me see if I can literally pull this up for you verbatim. I'm going to read this to you. Give me 1 second here.
Dede said, I'd love to know everything. Ignorance is only bliss if you don't know what to do with the knowledge. Ignorance is only bliss if you don't know what to do with the knowledge.
Okay, so between 1935 and 1944, William Boeing and his wife Bertha set aside a large tract of land north of Seattle, including the future communities of Richmond Beach, etc., etc. The Boeings placed racially restrictive covenants on their land to enforce segregation, forbidding properties from being sold, conveyed, rented, or leased in whole or in part to any person not of the white or Caucasian race. Non-whites could only occupy a property on the land if they were employed as a domestic servant by a person of the white or Caucasian race. So I was just like, bro, you had all of this genius and like ingenuity, and you took the time out to say fuck black people. And then
What year was
like,
this? What year was this?
this was like 1935, right?
35.
So I was like, okay, just out of curiosity, let's see what's going on in the Boeing company and recent news. So I guess in 2019 there was like a huge lawsuit, racial like lawsuit filed by 15 employees of color against the Boeing company because they would like show up to work and find like nooses hanging over their desks and shit, and people would like piss and like shat in their chairs in their offices and shit. So I'm just like,
What the?
that's too much information now, So that's just an example, but yeah, carry on.
So you're saying you'd rather not have known that? Then you'd still be a fan?
Yeah, I mean that's just like because at some point I'm gonna probably have to use the Boeing airline, but it's just like it's just more disappointment in my life,
Well, it's not an airline. It's a manufacturer of the plane. The airlines are buying whatever planes. So are you saying you would choose airlines
So they're everywhere.
that don't
basically.
buy those planes?
They're
Yeah,
everywhere. Yeah.
No,
they're
that's
everywhere.
exactly what I'm saying. Like I don't even have a choice. So even if I wanted to do something, I couldn't. So like, what's the point of even knowing that information? I just have more disappointment in people.
Yeah, because when you book your ticket, you can't specify what type of plane.
What plane? Yeah.
It's like you call them up. You're like, so I'm booked on this flight. What plane is it? They're like, I don't fucking know. What kind of question is that? You're like, no reason. Just want to see if it's a racist plane or not.
Well, if it's a racist plane. Well, no, it is easy. Because the flight, that flight's usually the same plane over and over every day. So you just check what it was.
That's true. Yeah.
And it's the
The
same.
point is,
It's the same.
I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm not that
Get your own
dedicated to the fucking like movement to be like, oh fuck this plane. I'm gonna get a whole nother plane.
But I still think- I still
I'm on this plane, but it is founded by some racist fuck.
I still think there's value knowing the truth behind it, though.
Yeah. Oh no.
Well, I
there's
mean,
definitely
what
value,
you
but
just
then there's
described
definitely,
was
like,
that's
mental-
systemic. That's systemic racism, right? That's like redlining.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah.
that's
Like,
exactly
that happened,
redlining.
That happened everywhere, man.
yeah.
Dede says problem solved. You just get your own plane.
Man, I'm just waiting till they invent teleportation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
gonna be a wrap,
it will
huh?
only be restricted access to those who are white.
Oh, well, nothing changes. Anyway, carry on.
That'll only teleport you to places that aren't in the red zones.
Where's the AD chat? Are you in Discord chat?
No, he's using the Twitch chat. Thank you very much, Dede, for doing that.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate. Because it can show up on the VOD later too, so people can see what people are typing. Makes more sense. But yeah, like I'm shooting a wedding on Sunday, so Friday everything opens. They do have a restaurant portion. Not that it really makes a difference for my booking, but let's say, you know, they planned on having this thing after the limit goes up. So this daily, not daily, sorry, like, yeah, like maximum 10 people indoors or something. I think that's going up. Like, do you think, you know, obviously it's all family, grandparents come in and stuff. So they're probably all talking vaccines amongst each other if they're coming in for this wedding. So they have every right to inquire that their vendors, if their vendors are vaccinated. And they have every right to turn down vendors who aren't. Right?
Right.
Well, do they? Can I just wear a mask? Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wear a mask anyway. That's the line, right? Would I?
Yeah. Oh, like, should they be allowed to reject your work because you're not vaccinated?
Yeah.
I mean, they can do that on whatever reason they want, I think.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Cal Guru. We're doing a podcast right now talking about vaccination passports. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, if it's a wedding, like they have the right to do like whatever they want. Like this is supposed to be for them. You know, if it's like
Yeah.
a restaurant or something, that's a different story. But if it's my wedding and like, and to me personally, it doesn't really matter. Like I'm in healthcare, so I guess like I am kind of biased. I just believe in modern medicine. But if someone like doesn't want you at their wedding because you're not vaxxed, then like you gotta go.
I agree. I think the person paying, the person at the end of any scenario, whether it be the store owner, whatever, the customer, you know, so the person who has to pay for this stuff, you got your shot, stay nice, Cal, has the right to make the choice for themselves and what they're gonna be dealing with. If someone asks me, am I vaxxed? And like I saw a TikTok about this where it's like, it's supposed to be funny. This woman asks this other woman, hey, are you vaccinated? And the woman turns around and she's like, do you like anal? And the woman's like, excuse me? It's like, well, you know, I figured since we're talking about stuff that's none of your business, I figured
yeah,
I could
send me
ask you the
that
same
link.
thing. You know? I'll send you. Okay, yeah, it was on TikTok. I'm sure you can find it. But like, is it none of it? I get it. Between normal people walking down the street, you don't have to ask that. But if it's someone I have to work with, I think I can ask that. Can I? I think. If I don't want to do this wedding, let's say, because none of them are vaxxed and I was, that's up to me. Because that's my choice. If they don't want me there because I'm not vaxxed and they all are, I get it. I can't, you know, it's not racism. It's like a danger. It's like a risk, right? But now when you start to think about, all right, do you have to have it to go to a concert? Do you have to have it to go to a baseball game or a basketball game, to go to a movie theater? You know, what's within our rights to do? Or, yeah, what is the line of establishments that we are going to be required to have it? Flying out of the country, going on a plane, people paying a lot of money to be in this enclosed space. Do they have a right to be like, hey, I only want to be with a bunch of people who are vaxxed? Maybe first class will be like that.
I wonder how it works. Like, you know how in the States it's pretty much open, and I wonder if, like, at an arena or at the UFC or whatever, I wonder if all of them are vaxxed. Because my guess is no. They just don't care. It's open. And so,
Right. Right.
so what's wrong with that? Like in my head, if their numbers are down, like if our numbers are down, if we get 0 cases, this whole discussion should be moot to me.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Like fuck it.
Heard.
Like, I don't care. I don't care if you. Yeah, like I just stopped caring completely, which I'm hoping happens. Like how did they open up in the States if not everyone got vaxxed? How many people are in?
I
these
mean, they did-
arenas that aren't vaxxed. Like
Yeah, they did it anyway, right?
yeah, they're just like
They
we're
just
opening.
did it anyway. Yeah.
Yeehaw, which was originally my suggestion, if you remember that podcast. And yeah, they seem to be doing just fine. So you know what? Just open.
I mean, we're doing it. That's what tomorrow is, right?
Yeah, but I don't
That
think
in-
they need vaccination passports.
No, they don't. This plan didn't even take that into account, right? But I mean, it's called a
Just
passport.
opening. Yeah.
I guess the passport, it's implied that it's for travel, international, you know? I mean, you're gonna get one. I
Yeah.
still need to get a couple shots done if I want to get one. If it makes my life a lot easier, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I just waited to like see if people start dying and stuff. You know, although I don't know, like, you know, like if people were dying, if it was really dangerous. No, I don't think you could cover up if it had like a super high mortality rate and like half the people that got vaccinated died. I don't think you could hide that. So
Can I ask, when you booked it, do they need your driver's license?
yeah, you need ID, you need
OHIP?
you need your health card. You need your health card.
OHIP. Do you need no SIN though?
No SIN, just health card.
OHIP.
They use your health card number.
Okay, so you're registered somewhere that you got them.
Yeah, it's in a government system that I got one shot.
So, like,
It's called
that
the COVAX
track-
system.
Kovacs? Seriously?
Yeah.
So they must, yes, but I mean, I'm thinking of like CRA, right? Like that kind of level of database that needs to require for the entire country to be tracked this way, because falsified documents of showing something, you got to implement it into, let's say, it has to be tied to your passport. Like, it actually, you know what I mean? Like, we go when we travel, we stick our passport into that machine, and then it reads the barcode and all that stuff. Make sure that it's not expired, and yeah, that we're in fact who we say we are. The spelling has to be exact, you know.
Yeah.
So that Kovacs system somehow needs to be integrated into the passport.
Like it can.
Okay.
But I think before they do something, because that's gonna take a lot of resources, which is
Yeah.
why they're talking about this a physical
card, yeah.
Yeah, like a card, because my friends who are teaching in Mozambique, they recently got their vaccine card. So it's like a physical card that shows what vaccine they got and like where they got it, and just has all that stuff on a card.
It's like laminated.
It's funny because in this
Like-
third world country of Mozambique, I could fake that. I could fake
Exactly.
the shit out of that card. And
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and like it's funny. It's like a printed out piece of paper with terrible graphics on it, with the text box is basically like written in pen, so the date and the name and whatever. It's written in pen, and then it's stuck onto like a Bristol board, like, you know, like a colored
A
piece of
cardboard.
Bristol board.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
And then it's laminated.
Not even it doesn't look laminated.
Oh, it's not laminated.
It looks
See, but-
it looks like it looks like I could have made that in grade 5.
Like that's my point, you know, like how do you verify? And what's the level of degree of would people really take the risk though of using a falsified thing
Right,
to
yeah.
travel when it's tied with their passport? Because I think about okay, even the passport photo. I don't know if you know about this, but you know how you're supposed to go to like registered photographers.
Yeah.
You go to like Shoppers or Costco,
You
whatever,
have to pay like
and
$20 for it.
they have to sign that it's not altered, right? They have to promise the government that they don't do any altering. But you know, in Chinatown, Toronto, Spadina, is that Spadina? They have like verified, authorized photographers there who will Photoshop your photo for you if you pay them, and it'll make you
Yeah.
look nicer and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
and this is gonna end up on
That
your
doesn't
passport
surprise me.
or on your driver's license or whatever. Like maybe not the
Yeah,
driver's
but like
license.
it's not like you want them to make you look different because you want to look like your passport.
Yes,
It
yes,
doesn't really
yes.
matter. Like you can make me look pretty. It still has to look like me.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying though, like if they're authorized and comfortable in doing certain things that they're not supposed to do, and
Right,
who's
yeah.
to say it's not gonna be very easy to make these,
Right.
where
yeah,
I even
yeah,
can
yeah.
make it at home. Like you
Well,
know, like
I'm
with
saying, yeah, if you lived in Mozambique, yeah, for sure, it'd be easy.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I can tell you, the Ontario one will probably be like
a little harder to do.
real official looking. Yeah, like, ugh, whatever. I wish it wasn't a thing, but
Like, will your photo be attached to it? It's gonna be the same as your driver's license. Maybe
I'm
it's a
picturing
sticker.
something like that. I'm picturing something legit, like a health card. But, if it gets to that, that's sad.
Do you have the new health card yet? One with the photo on it?
Yeah, because I never got the old one.
Oh, okay.
I moved too recently. Like when I
Yeah.
moved in '95, the old school like white and red one that was gone already.
Yeah. I don't remember, but I ended up getting the green one with the photo, which is redundant to a driver's license, really. But if you don't drive, I guess you still need it.
Yeah, it's for if you don't drive. It's which is funny because I heard it's not a legal piece of ID, your health card.
Yeah. You have to use a passport.
You have to use your passport if you don't have a driver's license. Yeah, and that's what I had to do when I didn't have a license. I had to
Yeah.
walk around with my bloody passport all the time.
Isn't there a citizenship card too? I think there's a citizenship
I
card.
think I do have one somewhere. I think my dad has it, to be honest. I don't think I have mine.
I think I recently took that from my parents. Like, I should probably have that here. I should take it.
To me, like my passport is my citizenship card. It's like this is proof that I'm Canadian, right?
Yeah,
you can't
yeah,
have a
yeah.
passport if you're not Canadian. So
Yeah. Well,
It's
yeah, you used to
probably-
be able to cross the U.S. border, right? With just your driver's license, but not anymore.
right. Oh, really?
Yeah, you need a passport now.
Oh, okay. Is that
Before
a
you
recent
just needed it. Well, not recent.
An enhanced driver's license.
Since 9/11, I'd say.
Oh.
Enhanced? Enhanced? What do you mean?
Yeah, if you had before they changed it, if you had an enhanced driver's license, you could still cross the border. That's what I have.
Or
Before
like
they
a
changed
high
it.
tech one?
It looks the same. It just says enhanced driver's license on it.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe it
wonder.
has some hidden thing that they scan.
Probably.
a magnetic strip. One you can swipe.
It's how they track you through your driver's license.
You think they should be able to, that whole thing? How many days will you be staying? I mean, every country asks. I guess, yeah, that's how you keep out illegal immigrants.
I mean, you could lie on that if you want.
Because Canada, Do you think? Okay, so obviously the country that we're going to wants to know. Does Canada care? Maybe Canada cares too. Leaving.
I don't even.
Never thought about it before. But yeah, they basically know where you are all the time, or at least where you're going, and for how long. Not exactly where you are, but like what country. All these stamps, but no one cares, unless you're some like high profile. And that's
Canada
how
would
like
care because, like, if there was an outbreak somewhere and it was related to your travel, they would want to do contact tracing. So they want to find out exactly like where when you traveled, and like they would liaison with with the other country to like get that information. Yeah.
look at all like, you know, James Bond, Jason Bourne, any spy movie where they have fake identities and they can travel anywhere. Here's your passport, here's your identification, here's you know, they always give these documents that are so well forged, but they're scanning them. Like there's a database, isn't there? Is that like I have to I'm
Well,
gonna think it's
stolen
real.
identity is a definite real thing.
Oh, stolen identities. Okay.
Yeah, so you can
Okay.
make it scan good, and you just have to change the picture to look like you, and you just become somebody else.
Okay. Fair. Fair.
So like
So
all in the background in the tech side, it all works out because it's somebody's passport.
okay.
Or I don't know how
But
they
those
do it
people,
now, obviously, but
so they exist? Like, you know, you are now Joe Schmo. And there's like the real Joe Schmo is like mowing his lawn. It's like
I mean I can't
because if
prove
you're
it.
dead,
I'm, I'm
they'd
pretty
know.
sure this happens. Yeah,
They
like
can't be dead people.
dead people vote, right? There's
Oh,
every
true.
election, there's always reports of dead people voting.
That's true.
And like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so if they can vote, dead people can travel too.
That's a good point.
That's how I think. I'm like, because we don't have to care. It's there's these crazy like double agent spies that are around. Like they're the ones doing it.
Somewhere down the line, our identity gets taken for these spies. So
Well,
we
some
have
of
this
us
like
have experienced it, right? Like if um your bank account gets hacked or something like that, someone can take your information and like pose as you. If
yeah.
they just need all your information, and then you'll only hear about it maybe when it's too late, when this person has become you for a little while and done a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you would have lost a
Bought
bunch of
stuff
stuff.
or traveled somewhere, or yeah, and then you're like, that's not me, fuck. And then they have to reimburse you the money, and there's like, oh sorry. Like in my case, my bank account got hacked and I had to like open up a whole new bank account and get back like $3,000. And yeah, but it's
Do
sad because
vaguely
I
remember that.
know that my full name is out there with my address. It's out there, you know what I mean? Like even though I got
Yeah.
a nice new safe account, my shit's out there. So I'm like, it doesn't feel good.
Well, yeah. Whenever your credit card's compromised, it's the same. They have all my
Yeah, yeah.
they have all that info too. When my McDonald's app got compromised, they
Yeah,
have all that too. You
yeah.
know.
It's just it's kind of a little unnerving, but like kind of like Deji says, man, at some point ignorance is bliss and you just go on with your life.
You give into that too.
Well, you can't sit down and worry about it. You just
Yeah.
like you
No.
just sit there and say, "Fuck, that sucks." And I hope it doesn't happen again very soon. And you just go on with your day.
I mean, I have felt more comfortable ordering through food apps now than I did at that time when it happened. Like I boycotted that app for a while, and then now they're implementing things where you have to pay through the app to get the deal. So I've been more susceptible to doing that now, and I use it on multiple
Putting the
apps now.
Visa putting your Visa card in
Yeah,
the app.
saving it in there. So convenience.
Man, I don't even save passwords on my computer websites. Like, I'm so paranoid about it now.
Are you still the type? So I know people who just use the Google recommended all the time and Google remembers, and then I
have that.
I know people who still, memorize and they use the same one everywhere.
I have that for my bank now. I don't trust anything. So my bank one is all I type it in every time.
Oh, so you do know it though. It's not a randomized one.
I know it, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have like a notes document where I type out all my passwords. But like I
me
don't.
too.
I also
I
have
use an underscore between the first letter and the last letter even, and all my passwords are in Latin. So good luck, hackers.
that's awesome. Yeah, a lot of
don't
mine,
challenge them, dude.
a lot of mine are they're not words. Yeah, they're a combination of
Yeah.
obviously the most secure passwords are the ones that you can use characters, like weird characters.
Hmm.
So if they
all
let
do.
me, well, no, I have a lot of websites that they don't accept special characters. So it's
Still?
like by default not that secure. Like
Oh
you're not gonna
no.
let me put ampersand and like percentage
Underscore.
signs and
Yeah. $sign.
yeah, because that just makes it just ramps up the number of combinations, right? If you just include
Yeah.
all the special characters.
Well, I have to, I admit, for the early part of my internet days, I used the same one on all of them. But now I figured out a way where it's long enough and easy enough to remember with little differences, I guess, where I'll still be able to memorize any website, but they're not the same with other websites. Like I figured out something I could do.
For me, in that case, like that good one that you had for a lot of things, I still use that one, but for all the like stupid things that don't matter.
The old stuff. Yeah,
Like all my games,
yeah, dude. I was just gonna say that.
Because I'm like, you're gonna hack my game. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Same Steam, Battle.net, Epic. I was like,
yeah, all that same password. And then Google's like,
Xbox.
hey, a lot of these have the same password, dude.
Exclamation mark.
You should change these. And I'm like, nah, man. Cool.
Yeah. Well, so I guess topic-wise, it's not that controversial. It's
The vaccine passport, like,
I mean, we feel like it's we get it. You can't.
I mean, I'm on the side of I wish it wasn't a thing.
Yeah,
as
for sure.
controversial as I can get. Like,
I'm
I
on that
wish
side
we
of
didn't have to.
vaccinations in general. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm that way too.
We agree with that. I guess we need someone like Deji's got to come in and be like, "No, man, you
Yo,
have
Mike's
to
got to
get
be in here.
vaccine."
It was his topic suggestion. He should be in here.
Yeah,
He'd be the other side.
We could try to argue for Mike. Mike would say something like, like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
If you knew that it would
get
make
the
it this
vaccine?
much safer, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, like it'd be kind of stupid not to. You know, like you're if you don't get the vaccine, you're part of the problem. That's why it's still around. It's your fault.
Like, no, it's not. No, it's not. What does that make sense? I'm home all the time. I don't have COVID.
I don't know. I can't argue for him. I mean,
I can't think of that much. I can't think of that side too. But okay.
Like that.
I have spoken.
He believes in modern science.
Okay. No, okay. So I've spoken to a business owner. He's got a decent sized company, medium sized business, and he's the boss. And he wants, sales related stuff. It's better in the office, like the morale of people working together. He's noticed from Zoom meetings and everything online to their productivity and their numbers since when they were all in the office. He would like more people to be back in the office. But there are some more old school type people who are refusing to get the vaccination, right? And it's affecting the people who are vaxxed, they're resistant because knowing that, okay, well, if you want us to go back in the office, I would rather be in the office with other people who are also vaxxed or whatever. So he's in this, he's in the dilemma. So he flat out told me, he's like, well, you know what? I'm gonna have to find a reason to terminate these people. Like,
Shit.
and I'm like, what? And he's like, well, that's not what I'm gonna say is the reason. but
Damn.
but it's, you know, if it's affecting your company like that, where it's like, all right, well, we need to, you know, produce these numbers again, and if this is the only thing holding it back, would, you know, right? I don't know.
That sucks.
So what do you think there? Like, I was a bit shocked to hear it, and I was like,
I think at some point, inconvenience is gonna trump your for not wanting to get it, because like they're just gonna inconvenience, like whoever doesn't want to get the vax, they're just gonna inconvenience you to the point where you're just like, fuck, I gotta get this fucking vax. Like at work, for instance, any staff that isn't that double vaccinated has to get tested every single shift they show up to at the beginning of the shift. And they still have to like wear like the PPE and shit. And like if they don't want to get tested, they have to, or sorry, if they don't want to get the vax, they have to have either a doctor's note or just go through some like periodic education, you know? So it's like, yeah, we're just gonna fuck with you until you get this needle.
I mean,
that was our sentiment too. It was like,
sense.
I know I'm gonna have to get it if I want to fly. I'm gonna have to get it.
Yeah. I don't want to be inconvenienced with not being able to go to an all-inclusive. I want to go to a beach and have drinks and talk to people. I see it though, and like if cases were still high and I was that business owner, I would definitely be like trying to push my employees to get the vaccine. But if things are open and like there's no case, like minimal cases, let's say cases drop to like 10 a day. Man, I would be real sad if my employees can't come back to work. Not, you know, like if cases are minimal, I would really want it to just be like it was before.
Yeah.
Vaccine or not, just come to work. Just be like you were before. Like, you know, cases are so low, it's negligible. Don't be coughing up in people's faces. I mean, that was always a thing.
Well, you remember too, before COVID, I remember when I got sick, I'd still want to go to work because I want to make the money, right? There's that one side. There's also the other side is like, well, if I get sick and I call in sick, there's like this stigma with calling in sick, and then your boss will be like, oh, this person's calling in sick, and we'll have doubts about your genuine, you know, are you really sick? So like people were afraid to have that happen, calling in sick. But post-pandemic, I do think if you're sick at all, don't go to work. Stay home. This whole unlimited sick day thing.
Now I would say with the availability of testing, if you're not feeling well, you can get tested and have proof or not if you have COVID or not.
Oh,
You can be like, hey boss, I got COVID, I'm gonna stay home. You know?
true. But I mean, a cold should keep people home too, because you shouldn't be spreading the cold either. Like, you know?
Yes and no. Like, I'm with you. I've done the whole go to work sick.
I've definitely done that a lot.
Yeah, like, but my job was to sit at my desk and work. So I don't think I was spreading my sickness around. And again, it's not COVID. So like, whatever.
Do you remember your last
Go
cold?
back to what it was before. My last what?
Cold. Do you remember your last cold?
Yeah, I generally get sick every year, like once or twice a year, right when the weather changes from like cold to warm or warm to cold. I get like
But you didn't get sick last year, right?
No, I don't think I got sick
Yeah.
for like my usual flu that I would get every year. It would last like 3 weeks.
Mhm.
So I did not get that, which I haven't got that in a while, like since before COVID, I think. So that's pretty
Mhm.
sweet.
Yeah. I remember when, the sniffles come and you're like, it's like, okay, this isn't allergies. And then you start getting the sore throat. You're like,
It's the
oh,
throat, the thing with the throat. Yeah,
the
that's what
throat,
gets.
for sure is like, oh, it's not allergies anymore. And I still want to go to work. So then you start taking meds. Start taking whatever, Tylenol
I
cold
don't.
or, well, if I'm shooting a wedding, I'm going to take it. Like, not
Oh,
if
yeah.
I'm just going into the office, I probably won't. But person I work for wasn't a fan. He's like kind of germophobic, so it's like I don't want to be sniffling and coughing at work because then he's gonna send me home anyway. He's not gonna whatever. So it's like I try to hold my coughs. I try to hold like or not sniffle as much and all that stuff. But that whole thing needs to change. I feel bad now. I shouldn't have done that either, and I get it now. If anyone
Well, what's
has
the
any
good?
symptoms, yeah.
I think the good thing about this post COVID now is when someone decides to do what we would do and go to work a little sick, you'd wear a mask. And
Oh, true.
that's
Yeah.
probably really good to wear a
Yeah.
mask at work when you're not feeling and when you could give you little coughs and you sneezes and it's good. Everyone has masks now.
That's a good point. The mask is gonna be is normal already. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and you come to work with a mask, everyone's like, "Oh, you got a little flu, a little something there,"
Got
and
a-
you're like, "Yeah," and you're just like, "Yeah, just trying to be safe, man, just trying to be safe." All right, cool.
that everyone shun you. Everyone's just gonna isolate you.
You'll be
Go over
shunned.
there.
Yeah, you'll be shunned until you're healthy again. That's fine.
Yeah, be
That's
like,
fine.
dude, FJ went to work again, wearing his mask, thinking that's enough. He's not even vaxxed.
Man, yeah, like just creating that tension in a company because of this is sad. Like if you had coworkers that used to gel really well, but then all of a sudden they find out that like, oh man, like Bill and Ted they're anti-vaxxers, man, fuck them. Like it's just like that's kind of sad. It's like previous coworker friends now hate each other.
I mean, yeah, that they didn't have to find out through work. It's all on their social media. So much, so many, a lot of unfriending has happened in the last year.
Oh man. Yeah, I guess
Not
so.
from me. I see sides. I'm just a little shocked by it. I'm just like, okay, well, I won't like it, and eventually I won't see it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any Lenny Lenz friends. I
I'll tell
don't.
you.
Uh,
There's plenty of those in the world, but no, yeah, that one
but I
was a
mean,
bit surprising.
I wouldn't. To be honest, I wouldn't judge. Like, I'll still love him just as much. It's just, yeah, as you said, it's pretty surprising. It's like, oh,
You think that way? Huh.
like if you didn't know I was a crazy conspiracy theorist and you find that out about me, then you're like, oh, Kyle's crazy. I'm like,
Yo,
yeah, you didn't know what? You didn't know that?
So we were having Zoom meetings with my networking group weekly. Well, whoever came out. And this was already when first vaxes were already kind of rolling out in Canada. A little slow. So there's like, fact checking. Is COVID really like I think Dan even sent in the chat group something about like ICU numbers, or maybe that was Mike. ICU availability beds in hospitals during a certain time period. So it's like all-time low, but it's during COVID, blah blah blah. But obviously because everyone was at home and we were keeping them open for COVID patients, like that kind of fact checking.
People bending certain facts
Facts,
in
yeah.
their favor of their argument, like
Mhm.
this is a complete lie. These ICUs aren't rammed out, and these ventilators aren't taken, and you're saying,
So
okay, well, yeah, because they had to get as many as they can in preparation for a surge, and then you want to keep them on reserve for those that really need it. And so
Yeah.
there's like two really different sides.
Yeah, same numbers but two different perceptions. So this group, and it for the most part everyone's very pro. Let's get this vax, roll it out. Let's get the numbers down. COVID's real. COVID's real, basically. And this one individual positioned that, can you really trust that COVID's actually a thing? Like that came out in the, because usually we talk about our businesses, we want to share, like we refer each other, and there's a certain level of trust. It's like a family. It's great. But the tone of everyone in the group was like, wait, what? and he was, he was very strongly opinionated about it. And we weren't like teaming up on him like to cancel him or anything like that, but it was just like, whoa, hold on a second. Like, where are you getting that from? Like, because you're gonna think too it's based on what's shared in your media, whatever like that. But ever since that meeting, apparently that individual hasn't been very vocal about that subject anymore, and it's not like, I don't think that was the purpose. That wasn't the
He
objective.
found out real quick that he was the only one that thought something like that.
Yeah.
He was probably testing the waters. Let me see if anyone else in this group feels like me. And he's like, oh, nobody does. Oh, okay.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
sharks in this bitch.
Yeah. I would
What?
say so though. Like,
Because he was like, yeah, they're testing the waters, and he's like, oh shit, there's fucking sharks in here.
sharks and barracuda and orca.
Sharknado.
I would say that if it's kind of like the people that only believe the truth that they experience. So some people they've never seen someone who has COVID. They don't know anybody that had got it. So to them, it just looks like fake news. Like they see all this stuff on TV and they're looking around and they're like, I don't fucking see any COVID around me.
True.
So to them, they're like, this might be fake. I'm not saying that they'll believe it, but they're saying they're questioning it, right? They're like, this is strange. I don't see this anywhere. Maybe
only Corona I see is this beer.
yeah. And I've got 6 of them.
Well, it took a while for me to finally see it within, again, my first degree of connection. And then when I finally saw it in that first degree of connection, that's when the fear was probably at its peak for me. And since rollout of first vax and now everyone's got double vaxxed, down and doubled now, I don't know anybody getting it anymore. Like, and you know what? I'll just say it out loud too. This whole concordant planning thing was a funny thing going on, because when it got brought up in the chat, if everyone's cool with double vax, we can all stay like this, right? Knowing full well where I was, I thought I was the only one left, which was fine. I would have been fine, at a hotel or whatever, right? But I didn't want to. I didn't know what to say when it was first brought up, right? Like that it was gonna be not a requirement, but it was very much like proponent of, yeah, we could do this again if we're all right. And in my head, I'm like, okay, my original plan was to do it for February. Am I gonna try to do it for August? And I'm like, I don't want to. I don't think I want to. So, but I wasn't gonna keep quiet. I wasn't gonna lie about it either. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I'm double vaccinated, yeah. But, well, it worked out the way it did. Everyone's cool with what we decided, but when it was coming up in terms of proposals, there was a couple of us who were like, wait, what? This is a thing? Requirement? I'm sure you can guess who the other one was. Anyway, it was
that
funny.
requirement hasn't changed since last year. Like it was the same thing last year, I think. Like at least the vaccines haven't rolled out but last year, but we were talking like when we get vaccine, we can stay at the house again. Like we said that. Like
I don't even know if that's
I feel like I
because
remember that being said.
no, I wouldn't doubt it being said, but even that notion, right? There's you're still introducing a much larger variable of all these new people with their bubbles, or it's no bubbles anymore, but they're with their lives, even if they're 95% each of them. You're still introducing the variable, like, you know?
Yeah, but like the parents would be okay with it. Like
Yeah, so they're the ones
that was
weighing,
the
right?
that
Yeah.
was the condition
Yeah.
talked about. It was like, man, yeah, we get the vaccines and we could go back to what we used to do, which was awesome. So
Yeah. Now, what if, I mean, if it existed, if King Cardin had, yeah, like a cottage type of thing where we could all pitch in to get like a, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like a beach house, cottage house type of
like an
thing.
Airbnb, yeah.
Yeah, like that. Would everyone have been just cool with that, vaxxed or not, you think?
I don't know. I think most would have been. And I feel like everyone else would be vaxxed, so they should be okay with it.
Right,
Like
they're not in fear of
you're
themselves.
vaccinated, why are you
Yeah.
scared?
Yeah, right.
Like back when I was talking about I'm not gonna get vaxxed or I don't want to, you know, my argument was like, you're vaxxed. What do you care?
Yeah.
I'm not vaxxed. I don't care if I'm not vaxxed or not. You shouldn't care if I'm vaxxed or not. You're vaxxed.
Because if you're vaxxed, you can still carry, right?
Yeah.
You just
can
don't
still
get sick?
You can still get it. You just won't get as sick. But like,
But you can even...
my argument is, you know, how I live, I am one of the safer guys.
Yeah.
In the whole group. Like, my percentage chance of getting this thing from the jump was probably one of the least.
Okay. If that's even the sentiment, if the parents are vaxxed, then...
That's what I mean. Like, yeah, so they're vaxxed, and then they're like, if everyone else is vaxxed, it should be great. And that's why it was like there.
But what I'm saying is if everyone else is still vaxxed, they're still vaxxed, so they still have the same rate, the number, right?
Yeah.
But if you're vaxxed, you can still carry. You can still...
They can still get it and carry.
You just won't get sick, but you can carry and
you might get sick, you just won't get as sick.
Right.
And the likelihood of you dying is nearly zero.
Right. Oh, is that what the efficacy number is? It's not about getting it, it's about death from it?
Yeah. It's about dying from it, right? Like you pretty much can't die. That's what they're saying. I think so. I think Mike was saying something like that.
I thought it was getting it.
There's getting it. So
Yeah.
It doesn't help you. You get it. And then there's severe symptoms, and those are drastically reduced. And then there's probability of death, and that's like almost zero.
Oh.
Whereas if you don't have the vaccine, it's considerably higher than almost zero. It's like
I thought
like 3% or something.
that, you know, the first vax getting you to 80-85, that meant 80-85% chance that you won't get it. And then once you get to 95 with the second booster or whatever, the second shot, yeah, your chances of getting is only 5% or less. That's what I thought that number meant, getting it.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Don't quote me on that. But I'm going by I feel it was Mike that said something like that. Or Dan. Mike or Dan. At some point. Because I was trying to understand it too. Because when I heard that it doesn't even stop you from getting it, I was like, why the fuck am I going to get this thing then?
No, but dude,
I'm gonna
that's
get it anyway.
Anything less than 100 is going to be that. if it was 99%, that still won't stop. It's not 100%. You can't. No body can say that. Like, no governing body can claim, unless it's 100% efficient. You can't say
Yeah,
you can't get it anymore.
effective. Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. I always thought in my head that vaccines were like 100, like in my head.
Me
So
too.
if you get the MMR vaccine, it's like there's no way, but clearly, it's not really.
Kind of wanted to get a drink, dude.
You could if you want.
I don't want to drink by myself. It's okay.
Yeah, I won't be joining you. I'm holding out till Kincardine. That's my.
Oh,
my
yeah?
decision. Yeah.
Fair.
Which is close
It's not
anyway.
that far. It's a
not.
month.
It's very easy for me. Like,
Oh, it's less than a month. It's 3 weeks. Okay, it's not bad.
drank way too much at KP's.
I didn't think you could.
I owe you. Deji, I owe you. I'm gonna get you that same revenue back.
Still there. Anyway.
Well, I think you can hear. Yeah. So that's that's we've exhausted that one topic. I think at least with the
passport.
vaccine.
I was flipping a burger, but yeah, no worries.
Eat so late.
No man, I got you. I have it in my head. I owe Deji. I owe Krista too. Oh, man. I'll get her too.
Or half a Kraken.
I'll get her some more Kraken. And it's nice that she likes it though. Like not a lot of people that I know like Trinis. Like Trinis do not like Kraken. We do not appreciate spice rum at all.
I think it's pretty good with Coke.
Yeah, I think the spice rum works with mixers. I think that's where they get their value. Because like most people that I know, we just drink straight with rocks or something, and when it's spiced, it's just like, why would you taint this nice rum with spices?
Right. But you're saying too that people do drink spice rum straight too for that taste. I guess they.
I guess so. Like, I mean, I've done it so much now that I don't mind it. It does taste. It's different, right?
Yeah.
Like people that like gin. Like gin is really flowery. It's really like a lot of gins are made with plants, like flowers and stuff. And some people just like that the aroma and like the taste it adds. And yeah, my family was like on this huge gin tip at one point, but I hate that. I hate, like, I don't want my drink to taste like flowers.
I like chrysanthemum tea. Tastes good.
I do. Chrysanthemum. I have to go to the washroom. BRB.
All right. Well, okay. I guess at some point there's this tolerance level of understanding the need for these passports. But then there's also the other side of it where maybe we don't need it because it's just common sense. The travel portion of it, I didn't necessarily think there was going to be a lot of people fighting it. You know, it's like, oh, if you want to leave the country and then come back into this country, I just kind of readily assumed that I would be required to be vaxxed for that because I'm not just endangering my life of getting sick by leaving the country and contaminating myself with whatever variations over there where I'm going, but then I'd be bringing it back and possibly spreading it in my home country. So that's like no brainer. Obviously, no host nation is going to be happy with that. You know, where you had strictly like countries closing their borders to everybody, like New Zealand, Australia, like makes sense. And now we're trying to reopen borders so tourism can be again and people could travel on their business trips and everything. it makes sense to me, and I don't think it's unreasonable because you don't want outbreaks in your country anymore. I think it comes down to when you start to micromanage. I was just talking about how I didn't really even think about the vaccine passport being an issue where people would fight against it to travel internationally. It kind of just makes sense. You're going to a foreign country and you don't want to bring back something that could potentially outbreak in your country. Like, obviously, the government's not going to be cool with that. If you want to fly somewhere, get vaxxed. Mandatory with the passport, who knows what it means. But if it can get you out of 2-week quarantine paying out of your dime, I get that too. Inconvenience. But then you take it smaller. Like we were talking about concerts, basketball games. I don't think so.
Is my sound
Bars.
messed up again?
No, it sounds good.
Okay, good.
Walk up bars.
I miss patios.
I miss walking up to a bar and ordering a drink for some reason. That interaction. Like hailing the bartender. Yeah. Can I get 5? Can I get 3? Just like getting all these drinks for everybody because you know you're not gonna you can't order for a long time. And then everyone takes the shot at the same time. Man, I can't remember.
I usually
mean, that's what it. What? Oh,
yeah, the walk into the bar thing is not a thing that I'm used to doing.
yeah. I guess you're at the table. You just get pictures, which is fine. That's fine. I just miss all you can eat stuff. You know, buffets. Will buffets
Yeah,
be a
Mr.
thing
Mandarin.
again if you have passports? It's like if you want to eat in Mandarin buffet, you need that COVID passport. You need that vaccination passport. Yeah, maybe in anything within the country, probably don't need it. But anything outside the country,
Like, it all makes sense if the numbers are there.
right?
Like New Zealand was open so long ago because their number was 0, and that's the number
Yeah.
that you want. Like, if
No,
we
but they
had
were
0, it would be great.
they were open to their country, but their borders were still closed.
No, they
Right.
when they opened up, it's just it was very strict. You had to quarantine, so you could go. You just
Oh,
had to
really?
stay in like a luxury jail for 2 weeks. 2
Going
weeks
in?
yeah, 2 weeks, I think. Yeah. Because the fighters would do it. They would leave knowing that they had to leave their family for like a month or more because they had to leave and quarantine and then train in quarantine and then fight and then go back home and then live in that jail. It's not a
Yeah.
jail, but live in quarantine jail for another 2 weeks and then they could go back to their family.
But they weren't open to other people coming into their country, though.
Yeah, they
You
were.
could
It's
leave
just-
their country. Oh, you could.
Yeah,
What?
it's just you had to. Yeah, because they opened up and then they had to shut down again because I think 2 ladies or something
Yeah. Brought it
came
back.
from England or something with it.
Yeah.
And they went to visit their mom or something and gave it to the mom.
Yeah.
And one case is shut down. So they fucking locked the whole country down again. And then when that was contained, they opened up again.
Hmm.
Yeah, they were online so early on. Very jealous.
What is the likelihood that, let's say, numbers get so good and all those people who are just sitting on their hands like me, not getting vaxxed, they'll be like, all right, well, guys, you don't have to get them. It's like, it's up to you.
That would be great. That would be really cool. I
Choice.
hope that happens for you. And I'll be sitting here like, damn it, I didn't have to get it.
Well, you get a case for the purpose was present purpose. Mine's future purpose. It's like,
Yeah, you don't need it. yet.
And it's like, if I think about it too, let's say I get it and I book a wedding and I have to shoot this big party. I'm gonna wear my mask anyway. Like, I
Would
still want to wear my
you,
mask.
like, is it policy, like, if your client says, are you double vaccinated? Will you tell them no?
The truth? Oh yeah, I tell them the truth. And if they're not cool with it, I can't work, and they don't want me to work. Nothing I can really do. I'd say no to the money. And be like, man, should get vaxxed now. But then, I don't know. I mean, if I'm booking one, let's say I'm booking one for next year, right? And they ask that, would I be like, by then I will be? You know, would I say something like, oh, by then for sure I will be, because I'm traveling in February.
By then, you don't have to lie. You say, by then, it'll be okay. You don't have to say, by then I'm gonna be vaccinated. By then, it'll be all good.
By then it won't even be an issue.
By then, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Then
that's an angle.
like, but you said you'd get vaccinated. I actually didn't. I did not say that.
It's in the
I said
contract.
by now it'll be okay, which it is.
Okay, I could use that angle. I can use that
That's
angle.
funny. That's I don't know if that's rude or not, but like, man, if we are still in this sort of level of lockdown in another year, people gonna start cracking.
Oh, people have already started cracking.
I know, but I mean, like, way worse. Like, it would just be like more and more, exponentially more people.
I just feel the worst for the kids. Like the whole
Yeah.
depression, the depression numbers and
The
statistics.
young teens.
Yeah, or,
'Cause I
and
think if
younger.
those that
yeah.
are young kids, they adapt really well. And yeah, they miss being in class with their friends. But like, you know, like all my friends' kids, they're dealing with it very well because their parents are basically their friends.
Oh,
Their
oh, I
parents
thought
are
you meant
playing
like.
with them and like minding them, and you know, they just miss their friends from school. But I'm pretty sure next year or even
How
later
old
this
did
year,
how old are they? What's the age group?
you
you
know,
think
from
we're talking
like 3 to 10, you know, like.
Yeah, so I
Like
would say
they're not depressed. They're sad that they miss their friends, but I think kids that are that young can just adapt to the situation, and it wouldn't really hurt them.
I'd give it 3 to about 7 because they don't know better. I mean, they wouldn't have started grade 1 yet either. Maybe daycare or kindergarten, whatever. But you're right. The parents can definitely have filled that social role. But once grade 2, 3, and up until you're 16, 15, 16, adolescence, where they're trying to define who they are and they don't even know, and then you really rely on like people your age, like other people.
Oh shit! Sorry, I think my toilet's like not filling up. I hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I say this because I've seen it. I've seen the difference, the change in kids within that age range, like adolescence, getting into adolescence to like, what do you call that? Puberty. They're having it rough, trying to define who they are. Always at home. They haven't really built that whole identity of themselves outside of their Instagrams and TikToks. They've put so much weight on the likes and all that stuff on their Instagrams and TikToks. Nice. So yeah, that's what I see. That's who I feel bad for. Adolescence into puberty, that age range where they, I've adapted to this relying on my phone and seeing you guys on Discord more. Yeah, we kind of just picked that up and it was like, ah, this is normal and it's easy. But when you're adolescent to puberty and you're like, you don't have that tightness, tight knit group yet, and you know you're also at that age where it's like it's not cool to be hanging around with your parents anymore. Like it's like,
True.
you know, like you want to be cool. So yeah, I particularly see it with the 10-year-old that I meet with regularly, and how he struggled with it, and then I read stats on it too.
He's a special case, though. I think.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's average.
I wouldn't say that either.
But yeah, I mean, I'm still really hoping that this is, it's like a missing year. You know, a lot of people look back of the missing year, the COVID year. And it's like a year.
It's almost a year and a half now, yeah.
Because it started in March, which is like halfway through the school year.
Yeah.
And then it shut down April, June, yeah. And
But
then
dude, I talked to
after that. And then hopefully, knock on all the woods, that September these kids will be back online.
Back to normal. Online?
Sorry, not online, not offline, back offline, in school, in person.
Yeah.
Knocking
all
on
the people
all the
who-
woods is crazy.
Yeah, knocking on all the woods.
Pause, yo.
Pause.
The driver, the 3-wood, the 5-wood, you gotta knock on all the woods.
I've heard people, who missed their prom. They didn't seem too affected by it. People missing frosh, maybe. They didn't seem that affected by it too. They did what they figured out other things. So at that age, you're right. Grade 8 grad, maybe?
It's a party. If you want to party with your friends, you'll party with your friends.
You just party with your friends anyway. Yeah, you have your circles already. I didn't have circles, dude, until I had a best friend, I guess, since grade 10. And that kind of was my circle, but I didn't have, like, this.
You didn't have a group of friends?
In high school?
In high school?
Like, I was in
day
Filipino Asian corner that I hang out with, but it's not
every
like...
Every day you were there eating lunch with those...
Yeah.
So that
group.
That sounds like
Yeah, but did you, like, tell them your problems? Did you have, like, when you're having maybe issues at home, did you talk to that circle? I didn't have...
Like, I'm talking about my
that.
best friends. A lot of us didn't talk about problems.
Okay.
That came later when we were adults.
Yeah.
In high school, we just had all the fun together. It was...
Oh, okay.
I mean, conversations could get deep. Like, for instance, the conversation about religion that I've told you about with my Hindu friend and my Christian friend. Like,
right.
I was saying, like, so you're saying that one of our best friends is going to hell just because he's Hindu. Yeah, that one. Yeah, like, we would go deep on some things, but we didn't have a whole lot of heart-to-hearts though in high school.
Huh. I thought that was just me.
Yeah, like me personally, yeah. It was all about jokes and fun and games and basically making each other laugh, like, to a point where it's still like that. Like, when we get together at these cottages or whatever, and so my two friends come back from Mozambique and others come back from here and there, from BC, let's say, it becomes like, who can make the best joke?
Yeah, but
like,
what
if
about...
you make everyone laugh, everyone's like, yes, I got that one.
Yeah, but what about, like, puberty and, like, crushes and stuff? And, like, when you see those shows on TV where that age is always, like, the most, where they're changing and developing and, You have to have the sex talk with your parents or not. Or, you know?
as friend, I mean that's fun too. Like we had tons of fun sex talk, like with the boys.
Oh,
Like it's,
no,
but that's
did not
part.
have
Like
that.
I thought that was like fun
Oh,
conversation. Like,
yeah, we never had that.
well, luckily we had a what we would call our guru, this same Hindu guy. He was a dirty motherfucker. So he
A
basically
guru.
taught us. He basically taught us a lot of things,
Oh,
and it was often very funny. And it's more funny like people actually do these things. Like this is a turn on for some people, or really like they go there, or you know, like yeah. So yeah, we learned a lot from him. Really, it's funny.
is he an expert just because he watched porn?
Yeah, basically, he was an expert
Basically.
at porn. Yeah, yeah. He watched all the porns. Yeah, I mean, that's probably why I have such fond memories of high school, because a lot of it really was just fun. Like all the productions, the shows that of getting
This is
up on
Canada already,
stage.
right?
Yeah, high school.
It's
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, in Trinidad, all I did was study. All I did was math and English and science. That's it. And geography. And just drill the shit out of math and spelling and vocab. And that's academics in Trinidad. It's very British. It's very strict, almost to an Asian level.
So you're saying that time, that's when you cared about like your look,
Yeah.
and then you had more fun not caring.
Oh yeah. Obviously, a certain life event was a catalyst,
Yes,
But-
yes.
but yeah, not caring about the looks was pretty big.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like,
think I only started caring in grade 8.
well, you know what? That it happens. Yeah, I was reversed to most people. I think most people, when they hit puberty and they're trying to attract girls, they start caring about how they look.
Yeah.
And I was the opposite. I was like,
Screw
fuck
this.
how I look. Yeah. I'm like, there were still some brands I liked, like surfing brands, but more for comfort.
Quicksilver.
Yeah, like I find Billabong makes the best shorts
Oh,
in terms of comfort,
Billabong.
and
Yeah.
Quicksilver makes the best t-shirts because of comfort and how long they last. They last forever. My dad still wears my old Quicksilver that I got. Jeez, I don't even know it. And I still, you know, my green t-shirt,
Yeah.
Quicksilver. It's still perfect. Like it's
Still holding
my
its shape.
favorite shirt. No holes.
Yeah.
They make good shit, man. So yeah, it's a brand, but it's quality is what I like.
Yeah.
I like things that can last me 20 years, and I could show you. You know, I could show you pieces of clothing that I've had for 20 years.
It's like what you're wearing right now.
Well, I don't know, I can't say that because this was a gift, and this one, I just wanted a soft T-shirt. I got it at Winners. It
Nice.
was $7, but it's too small, so I'm probably gonna give it away my next purge.
Oh, that means you're getting big.
No, it was always too small. I was like, why did I get this size? You know, I usually get medium, but this was very small.
Yeah, I think now fast fashion, what bothers me about like a cool graphic tee is you wash it a couple times, it's not that shape anymore. It's like
Oh
it doesn't sit
yeah.
good anymore. And it's like, oh, well, that was a waste of money.
Man,
So
we
you
gotta
have to-
watch this. I gotta find the name of it. There's a documentary showing you know how people care a lot about plastics?
Yeah.
Like we should show equal concern about fabric. Like the
Oh.
amount of fabric that is tossed and it's
Uh-oh.
just as dangerous. Like you can clog up waterways with enough fabric. You
Yeah.
can you can kill a lot of animals with just fabric, and apparently it covers, you know, kind of it gives you an idea of how much fabric is wasted every year, and where it
Oh
goes, and
no.
where it's found, and apparently it's appalling, and it's because of, as you say, fast fashion. It's people that buy a whole new wardrobe every year, like people that you think you could always donate it, but if all of these places get all these donations and run out of like people to give it to, like there's just a lot of extra fabric. If you go
Yeah.
to a sports arena for some show and they're giving away t-shirts, like all those extra t-shirts go somewhere, and mostly it's like it's hard to recycle fabric too. You can't melt it down and like remold it into a new shirt.
Repull it and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't.
I thought
You could
I
probably
thought that's what they
de-thread an
did.
entire thing, but nobody does that. There's no machine that does that for you. It's like fabric is
Oh.
very hard to break down, and in terms of biodegradable fabric, nah, man, fabric lasts really long.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's
True.
I gotta remember. I gotta look it up. But I've been wanting to watch that for a while.
I definitely contributed to fast fashion for a number of years when, income was lower and just wanted cheap but still kind of have fashion trend. And then eventually the older I got, and yeah, income was a bit better, still a deal hunter, but now it's like I want stuff too that I won't have to replace for 20 years, hopefully, like, but then it's usually fabrics too that are not safe for the environment now, like all the tech fabrics, super polyesters and elastanes and stuff, like
It's
they're
almost
really
like
good
plastic.
and functional, but they're bad for the environment if you toss, like they won't biodegrade.
It's like plastic, right? It's
It's
basically
plastic. Yeah,
it's like
polyester's
plastic.
plastic.
It's like plastic fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Nylon.
the active gear stuff, nylon, polyester,
Yeah.
yeah,
Gore-Tex. You think Gore-Tex
Gore-Tex,
will break
yeah,
down? No way.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
man. And like just hearing about the documentary, like it made me feel good that my approach to fashion is what it is since a young age. Because
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, well, at least knowing this now, I know that I was consciously not a fashionista, like
Mm.
looking for a certain look and changing what I wear every year. Like I don't know. My guess is that many of my friends do that, right? Like
Mm. Man, I wonder
it
where all
made
my
me
Echo
so
shirts are.
your
I think
echo,
my
yeah,
mom
your echo outfits.
my mom would have sent those to the Philippines, but I don't see photos of them, so someone's got them. But
Yeah, and that's what, yeah, so how I think too. I'm like, with all the clothes that I have donated too, I just hope someone's wearing it, and I
yeah,
hope it's not in a landfill somewhere, just taking up
yeah,
space, polluting and maybe killing some animals. I don't know, but
yeah.
same thing with plastic. I feel terrible every time I handle plastic. And since I started cooking, I was thinking about this today. Like since I started cooking Asian food, like I often buy stuff from TNT, and TNT often has non-recyclable plastic as their containers for stuff.
Yeah.
It's terrible. So I would ask all the time, like, "Can I recycle this?" And it's like, "No, that's cellophane. You got to throw that out." I'm like, fuck, it's plastic though. It's like, no, can't do it.
Yeah, just
And
buying meat.
it makes me so sad.
Just buying meat in those styrofoam things with the
Yeah, those styrofoam.
The plastic bag and the
those
plastic
styrofoam
cover. Like,
wrapped in plastic. I'm like,
yeah. What can we do?
I know, man.
What can we do?
Yeah. So it's, you know, at least we're conscious about it and we can try. Like I'm gonna look for alternatives. Like
My
I'm so
take
appreciative
is,
of biodegradable packaging. Like I like it.
yeah.
I feel good. I almost feel good about buying something with biodegradable packaging. I'm like, hey, that's smart. Yay. You know, a cardboard packaging for this thing that is usually plastic.
My mindset when like grocery shopping is like, I go for like the clearance stuff. So even if it's not recyclable, or let's say they're individually, like, I'd rather go with like a bulk wrap, so you know that there's more product per wrap, so it's like less packaging. But if it's clearance, in my mind, it's not only gonna be pollution and waste, but they're gonna throw away this usable, edible, whatever, if I don't, if no one buys it. So it's like, I might as well consume that, because they're just gonna throw it away anyway, and I'm saving money. So that's my
That's funny.
mindset. I buy whatever's clearance. It's like, okay, I'm
Yeah,
saving
just
money,
like
but it's
just like
it's not wasteful.
my buddy in BC. Yeah, he was always like that too. Clearance. He was always like, clearance guy. every time, like he'd come over with like hamburgers or something for the grill. Yo, clearance guy.
Yeah, my steaks every time. Clearance special. Extra 30% off.
Nice.
Alright.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, I thought there'd be, I mean, the stream was cool. We had at least 3 viewers the whole time when everyone showed up, so that was cool. Thank you.
Well, one is
Which is helpful still, man. Like, we were up to 8 at one point, or 7. So that's cool.
hey.
I thought there'd be others here today, but it's all good. I think we did good.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll have low weeks.
This is
Deji,
the
I'm
first
glad
one on
you
Twitch.
joined.
Yeah, thanks, Dej, for coming.
Oh, so this isn't like just chatting? Oh yeah.
Yeah, on Twitch itself, there was engagement there. It's nice that I can up my average with these viewers. I think next week will be better. But yeah, I think I like the Twitch setup. We'll just use Twitch every time, and then I'll just upload it to YouTube after.
I mean, if you're streaming, I would say Twitch over YouTube, just because of the reach. I think it just reaches more people.
I thought YouTube was gonna be better because I had more subs, but they never showed. So that's okay. That's all right. But I do like the quality on Twitch better anyway. Like, it looks better.
Would you say
Chat's
a
better
lot of
too.
your subs are from the snowboarding stuff?
That
So you
channel,
get-
nah.
Oh, okay.
That channel is all like old dance people, people who liked my dance stuff years ago, and some of like the newer stuff, like reviews of stuff. Yeah.
Dude, reviewing is where it's at. Like No Life Shack. All you gotta do is not review,
reactions,
reactions,
Yeah.
song reactions. I cannot believe how many big reactors there are.
Yo,
It's
I haven't seen him in a long time. Is
Really?
he still big?
Shaq?
Where is he now? 2 mil?
He's
4 mil?
huge. I think he's approaching 4 mil right now. I think he's
No
like
lie.
3.8, or did he pass it? I don't even know.
Yo, Google calls him a musical artist. When you type No Life Shack, he's a musical artist. 3.16 million.
Oh, he just passed 3. Okay, yeah. I was thinking when he was 2.8,
There-
and then he passed 3.
There is another rapper named Shaq.
There's
But
another
he's
rapper
not.
named
But
Shaq.
he's not no life Shaq. He has a life.
Oh, no life chat. Oh,
No life. No
No
life
Life
Shaq is the. He's the reactor guy. Oh, he's so funny. I
Have you not
can't
heard of him,
believe.
Dej? Yo, he has a second channel called More Life Shack.
Yeah, and that he's smart. He took the idea from Mr. Beast
Yeah,
because Beast he now has like 4 channels, and a
yeah, yeah.
lot of his subs and views just look at
Yeah.
all the channels. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
it's smart. It's so smart.
So this is him reacting to not rap songs, just
I,
other stuff.
I'll be honest.
Oh,
I
gaming. He's
don't.
gaming and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a streamer. Yeah, he's a gamer streamer.
224K on that one too. Smart.
So smart. I have not looked at more Life Shack though, but he did make a video about his new house. He bought a new house. He made a video
Nice.
of his cars. He has 4 dream cars, and he
Oh
says
my goodness.
he has one more car to get every car he's ever dreamed about. That's amazing.
No Life Shack's $300,000 car collection. So it's not that
Man.
can't be Lamborghinis then or Ferraris.
No, they're not ridiculous. Yeah, they're not like that. They're just like, I think one of them is a Charger, like a really nice Charger.
One's a Corvette. Looks good.
Yeah, I think that's his most recent one. The Vet.
Probably his most expensive one. Yeah.
Yeah, Vets are not cheap, eh?
His tastes are gonna get more and more expensive over time, I'm sure.
Well, I hope not. Like, I hope he keeps it. I don't know. Money
Well,
changes. Money.
It just comes with the territory. When you start to be able to afford more, then your tastes go up. Like,
I hope not. It's like he could do better stuff with the money. He could buy property. He could like, for
Trade.
instance, the UFC champion Israel Adesanya
yeah.
from Nigeria, but really representing New Zealand.
Okay.
He takes almost all his money and buys property. He's like, I'm not even kidding. I went. He goes home to Nigeria where the land is even cheaper, right?
Yeah.
Compared to like New Zealand or America. And he says he owns like a whole neighborhood now. Like he keeps buying the properties, right?
Yeah.
And then he has the equivalent of like a neighborhood.
Does he just rent out or something? Or is it like empty?
No, just
He rents out.
he
That's
has
smart.
the work. He has the money working for him.
That's so sick.
And I'm like,
That's
that's what you
sick.
do. You don't go all Conor McGregor and have a Rolls Royce wherever you go and Lamborghinis and I mean with 300 million you can do that.
You could do it too.
But it's not like Conor was dumb with his money.
Yeah.
He turned something like he maybe like 15 million to start the whiskey company.
Yeah.
And he sold it for like 300 million or something like that.
Wow.
So I mean,
Yeah.
talk about return on investment.
Well, yeah,
But yeah, he's no dummy either.
yeah. What do they call it? It's called efficient work. Efficient work. Or is it productive work? Where you do it once and it continues to make you money versus usually most people is inefficient work where they do it once and they get paid for it once. That's
I like the term passive income.
Yeah.
Where it's like you just sit there and it's like ching 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 ching. That's what you want, right? That's ideally what you want.
That's what rental properties do. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's an idea down the line if things ever.
But no life is a very high example of that too, because his video will continue making money way after he made the video, right? Of course, eventually they do die off. Like, people won't go back too far away. I've noticed that, right? I don't know where
Yeah, like
that
the Eminem
threshold
reactions
is.
blew him up, but I don't
Yeah.
know if all of his new guys followers look back at his Eminem reactions because they're really good.
Exactly.
They're the reason why he's so huge. But I don't know if they will go back and look at that because that was what, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Wow, he has a lot of videos, dude. I'm just scrolling. He has a lot.
Dude.
What the
So
heck?
I started following him right around when he started doing, like when he blew up, like with the Eminem reactions, when he had beef with like MGK,
Yeah.
like a little bit before then, because he was doing reactions to like old songs. Yeah, I gotta go back, but I remember, he was at something like 200 300k subs or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was just crazy to see the growth.
Let it Deji. I wonder
He
if he has a
gone.
TikTok.
He gone.
Nope, he doesn't have a TikTok. He has an Instagram.
Oh, he doesn't have TikTok. I'm surprised. He
Mm.
has kids. I would figure he'd have a TikTok that you can just do fun stuff with his kids. I should tell him. Give him an
It's
idea.
well, I think he'd do fine. It's a lot of work. Like he puts a lot of work on YouTube, which is ultimately what makes him the most money. Does he get sponsors too? No.
That is a good question.
I
I am
wonder
not
if
sure.
everything's still ad rev. Because this video has been brought to you. When you get to that level, when you can do this video has been brought to you by something, that's a good level to be at.
The Linus Tech Tip level.
The MKBHD,
That's
Julie
also how I
Nolke.
knew this MMA announcer, ex fighter, Chael Sonnen. Like he's a funny speaker.
Yeah.
Like he has a little ad before every video, and I guess that means he made it. I guess because he doesn't have, millions of subs or anything, but he
Yeah.
has these sponsors for his videos.
Chael Sonnen?
Yeah, CHAEL
Yeah.
SONNEN. Yeah, I think he
Let's see.
has a couple.
847K. That's good.
Oh, that's more than I thought. Yeah, wow.
Like if you can guarantee a sponsor that you're gonna get, like, you know, let's see his last videos.
He does Ridge Wallet a lot.
What? Okay, yeah, he can generate about 75 to 100K in a day views. For sure,
Yeah,
sponsors will pay for that. Yeah. That's
yeah.
good.
He has the usual sponsors that people have: the Ridge Wallets and the Manscaped, and those big ones. He has some weird ones too. Like there's a cereal,
A cereal?
like this cereal that he promotes. It's his sponsor.
Does he
But
do
you
does
go
he
to
do
the site.
belts? I bet you he should do
Yeah,
belts.
I think he does. I think he
Grip
does do
6 belt.
belts. Yeah, I think he does. I think it's great. Like I follow another guy. Well, two other guys I follow. One is the Dark Dan. He's a Polish. Um, I don't know if he's a qualified like entomologist, like a bug guy, but
Mhm.
he's a collector. So he starts off with tarantulas, but he also has different animals too. But he builds all of his enclosures from scratch, like
Uh,
having the glass cut custom for him, and he glues it all together, and he 3D prints all the latches for the doors and everything. Like I just love all the process that he puts into his craft, and
yeah.
he was able to quit his job and start doing these videos, and he's slowly upgraded where he's filmed these videos, and kept the animals. It
Yeah.
used to be in his apartment when I started following him. He moved out to like a little space that he rented, and then he moved to this bigger space, and now he got married to his now wife, and bought a house, and that's his final dark den, as he says. So he basically bought one with like a giant basement, and he's redoing the whole, customizing his basement for all of his animals, building everything by scratch. Fucking fantastic. And
And he gets sponsored.
oh yeah, that's a good question. Like he doesn't have ads or anything, but you know,
Okay.
he thanks the viewers for giving him that possibility. Like he's made it. He doesn't have sponsors, but he made it. Like he bought a house. He
Yeah.
bought a house with just viewership and ad rev, I guess. Like that's it, right? If you're not
Wow.
sponsored, how do you make money?
Yeah, you gotta monetize the video so that YouTube puts
Yeah.
ads on your video.
Oh
And
yeah.
you can still make quite a bit if you get the hits, yeah.
So it's that. Yeah. Yeah, because
Like it's crazy just how many, if you're a attractive young woman and you put yourself on YouTube, you could just make money. You just
Yeah.
talking about anything. You could just buy clothes, keep the tags on, and just keep showing different clothes, and then return those clothes after. And that video can make you thousands of dollars without sponsorship.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this woman, this I call her, yeah, she's like, by 21 she bought her first house, which was like some ridiculous house. 21 from YouTube ad rev. Eventually she did get
amazing.
sponsored though by brands like fashion brands and stuff, like because they
Wow.
know she has
She
millions
made
of
it. That's sick.
yeah.
That reminds
And
me of
she
that
just
little kid who reviewed toys,
toys, yeah.
and it was just the dad or the mom filming their kid playing with the toy and like doing this child review.
Yeah.
It's such a great idea that nobody else had. Obviously, it helps that the kid is super cute,
Right.
and that kid made those parents a lot of money because he had something like 3 million subs or something.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've
that
seen
was years ago.
my niece watches this show. It's like this Viet family. I think they're Viet, and they film everything at their house, and they make their own like Sesame Street kind of content. And the kids are playing, and they're all acting. What are we gonna do today? Oh, we're gonna go and buzz it, and then whatever. And then this whole scripted thing, edited with some simple graphics and stuff. But every episode, they've got new toys and new things. There's new pools and new, because like they have such a following. People watch their stuff for their kids, for their for children content to entertain the kids while maybe the parents are working or the parents are preparing dinner, and these kids just like eat this stuff up.
Wow.
And but they're not even just getting free product from the sponsors to use in their show, but because they're featuring those products, they're getting paid. They're getting paid to feature those products, and they're getting the viewership and the ad revenue from YouTube for airing the video. So they have
Wicked.
a lot of stuff. It's great.
They're Viet Sesame Street.
Not
So
Sesame Street, but
but it's in Vietnamese.
no, it's in English.
Oh,
But
okay.
their English is very, very strong Vietnamese accent.
Oh, like
I
the
forget what they
demographic
call it.
viewership would be
It's
Viet.
North America. No, it's North America.
So anyone would enjoy it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just wondering
English.
what the demographic is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's American. Because I mean, that kind of lifestyle, those kind of toys, to have that much stuff, you don't see that happening in outside of North America, really, with that much wealth, maybe. But you're not gonna get the kind of numbers, you know. I forget what it's called. Like I can link it in, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
But anyway,
That's crazy.
that was a nice tangent. I am happy that, you know, over the years my YouTube income did go down for a bit, and I'm happy to say with the change of where I've just pumped out more stuff, but it's on a more regular basis in the product stuff. I may not be making as much on ad rev, but there's other streams now that's opened up that's making up for it, and it's actually there's growth again in the last year, which is awesome.
Sick.
Maybe
Congrats.
because of COVID too, but not much, but it's better than red for the past 3-4 years. It's green again, just not that much.
As in decrease. Okay, cool. So red
Yeah.
is like subs leaving.
I'm still losing subs, but I just have a table, like a spreadsheet that's measuring my year-to-year change, and for the past 4 years it's been going down steadily. But from last year, I'm going up. This year's up from last year, so that's
Cool.
just nice.
Nice, man.
All right, so
Oh,
I guess we'll see y'all next week. Thanks, Kyle.
no problem.
I'm
man.
surprised too. I figured you weren't gonna wait all the way till King Card and maybe when Mike was moving, but it's just another week. It's just
It's
they're
your
just a
drink.
week apart. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I can't be drinking and helping people move and then driving. No, man.
Are you getting ripped? Are you trying to get ripped?
No. I've been running. I just run.
I'm trying to pump a little for that weekend.
I want to, but nah. I've just been run. I just when I get out, I just choose to run.
It's good. I
But
need to run more.
I'll try and throw some push-ups in here and there, but nah. So this year Kincardine is a write-off in terms of bod for me. Fuck it.
Fair. All right, dude.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week for the next edition of BrackCast here on Twitch again. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace. 2 hours, 26 minutes, and